Mason from FX Empire, and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Ripple's XRP. We're looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, the day's support, resistance, and pivot levels, and the Fibonacci's. It's Monday, the 20th of September. Trump shows Bitcoin against US dollar, bearish start to the day. Going to see Bitcoin move through the pivot at 47,482 to take a run at the first major resistance level of 48,127. Support from the broader market will be needed for Bitcoin to break out from 47,500 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 48,370.3 to cap any upside. In the event of a broad-based crypto rally, expect Bitcoin to target 50,000 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 49,015. Failure to move through the pivot will bring the first major support level 46,594 into play. Barring an extended turf on the day, Bitcoin should avoid sub 45s. Second major support level of 45,949 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, widening of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day coming off the back of this morning's pullback. So look out for further direction there. On the EMAs, that's also bearish with a 50 closing in on the 100 and the 200. So look out for a possible bearish cross. So key would be to move through the pivot at 47,482 and back through to 47,500 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels will be in play. Moving across to Ethereum against US dollar, also a bearish start. Going to need to see Ethereum move through the pivot at 3355 and the 23.6% fib at 3369 to bring the first major resistance level at 3431 into play. Support from the broader market will be needed for Ethereum to break back through to 3400 levels. So barring an extended rally on, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 3457.22 to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Ethereum target 3600 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 3534. Failure to move through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 3255 into play. Barring an extended sell on the day, Ethereum should avoid sub 3100 levels. Second major support level 3175 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, slight narrowing of the bearish histogram this morning off the back of this morning's partial recovery from the early sell-off. So look out for further direction there. A further widening would pressure Ethereum. On the MACDs, however, it is bearish with the 50 pulling away further from the 100 and the 200, signaling further downside ahead. So key would be to move through the pivot at 3355 and the 23.6% fib at 3369 back through to 3400 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels will be in. Moving across to Litecoin against US dollar, also bearish. Going to need to see Litecoin move through the pivot at 177 and the 23.6% fib at 178 to bring the first major resistance level at 181 into play. Going to need to see plenty of support from the broader market for Litecoin to break out from that 23.6% fib. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 181.72 to cap any upside. In the event of breakout, could see Litecoin target 190s before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 185. Failure to move through the pivot would bring the first major support level at 172 back into play. Barring an extended sell on the day, Litecoin should avoid sub 165. Second major support level at 168 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, we have a marked widening of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day. That's coming off the back of this morning's sell-off, so look out for direction there. On the EMAs, that's a bearish signal, 50 pulling back from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further downside ahead. So key would be to move through the pivot at 177 and the 23.6% fib at 178 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels will remain in play. Looking at Ripple's XRP against US dollar, particularly bearish start to the day. Going to see Ripple's XRP move back through the first major support level at 1.0144 and through the pivot at 1.0312 to bring the 38.2% fib at 1.0659 and the first major support at 1.0744 into play. We'll need plenty of support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break back through to 1.05 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that 38.2% fib and first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a broad-based crypto rebound, Ripple's XRP could target the second major resistance level sitting at 1.1008. Failure to move through the first major support level would bring the second major support level at 1.0144 back into play. Barring an extended sell through the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid this third major support level at 0.9711. Looking at the MACDs, marked widening of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day coming off the back of this sell-off. So look out for further direction there. On the EMAs, that's bearish with the 50 pulling back from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further downside ahead. So key would be to move back through the first major support level at 1.0312 and through the pivot at 1.0576 to bring resistance levels into play. Failing to do that, and support levels will remain in play.